What's up, folks? What's up? Welcome to the latest episode of Terrible Towel Tuesday. I am your host, SimFBallCritic, live from Hinesville. How's everybody doing this evening, man? I apologize for my tardiness. Had a couple things run, a little longer than I expected. Of course, with me, I took on a new position at my job. I'm in the managerial field now, so it's certain things I have to do after hours, and homeschooling, eat dinner, etc., etc. So I'm a little bit late, so I apologize. So, I delayed it about 15 minutes, but we're here. But of course, guys, whenever you do things on the fly, you forget certain things. And you know what I forgot to do? Give me just a second. Give me a second. I forgot to open the phone queue. Yeah. I forgot to open the phone queue. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the browser off so you guys won't hear it. But let me start the show in the phone queue as well. My goodness, guys. All over the place, man. But how are you guys doing tonight? Hope everybody's good. We got a lot to talk about tonight, man. And we're going to do it in 60 minutes or less. So give me 2 seconds, guys. I hate to dig into your time, but let me open the phone queue up because I'm sure we'll have a few phone calls at some point of the show. And you guys know that typically this show, the phone calls aren't as many because, we take the calls, but, I'm showing more film on Terrible Towel Tuesday. Remember, you guys voted that. So because of that, we're going to have instances where, can't go but so long. You understand what I'm saying? But how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's well, man. And please do me a favor, guys. Let's go ahead and remind you right now. Boom. Right there, if you haven't, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're new, hopefully after you listen in, you will love what we do over here and you will subscribe. But either way, once you subscribe or if you're already subscribed, cut on your notifications, click that bell, and definitely do this. Thumbs up or thumb down, depending on what you like, whatever floats your boat. But all right, guys, I think I got it up and running. It's dialing in now. You guys won't hear it on your end, but I'll hear it in my ear. And we'll get it moving. And once we get that cracking, look, I already see somebody's already called in. So I don't know if he can hear me or not. But give me 2 seconds, guys. Let's get that situated. And then I will address you guys and gals. All right, show is going live right now. Okay, boom. It's live on Blog Talk Radio. What I'm also going to do, guys, so y'all don't have to deal with my my forgetfulness, I'm going to turn the browser back on right now. So that way, when the first caller starts talking, y'all won't have to hear me apologizing that you can't hear him. So you should be able to hear him. But all right, man, let's get into it, man. You know what we do first and foremost. Let's say welcome to the early viewers. Those of you guys who are already in the chat, let's go ahead and get into it. And I'll say hi to a few of you, and then we'll dive into what we're going to talk about tonight. Drum Sidell, Daredevil, Mike G, Ron Simpson, Rajon 39, Builder's Life, Jason Winningham, Jay Waller, Eric McDuffie, Let's Toast Media. Like that. Nice little name there. Madden Max. Madden Max 55. What else you got? He says, I am a Vikings fan, but the Steeler Nation, the Steelers have got a good start. Appreciate you coming through, man. That means you're either supporting me or you're supporting the Steelers, whatever the case may be. Appreciate you coming through. And I will say this. Let me focus my camera, guys, because I'm going to sit up close tonight so I can get into the microphone, so to speak. I will say this, too, man. Tough loss for you guys. Oh, wow. It's a tough loss, but I can't say that I didn't want you guys to lose only in this regard. I'm a Russell Wilson fan, so again, he's from my hometown, so I'm always going to root for Russell, except for when we played him last year. I was not rooting for Russell. But that was a tough loss for you guys, man. It was looking good. It looks like the Vikings was going to get life back, and that boy Russell. All right, let me get through this, man. Mark Sinatra, Vista Light, Y Diggy, Lansing Shield, Black Hawk 47, Darius Dill. Hello, Miss Lanisha. How you doing this evening? Thank you, by the way, Lanisha. I'm going to put you on a spot. Usually I don't call names, but, you're the most recent. Thank you for your donation. I think it was PayPal, but definitely appreciate you for that. Much love for that. Thank you, Lanisha. You've done that a few times, so I want to give you your credit and props there. My brother Kenyon is in the building. Sippy Boy is in the building. Shadow Slayer's in the building. And we're in with Jalen Pierce. If I didn't call your name, it's nothing personal, guys. We just want to move on, right? All right, so what are we going to talk about tonight? Y'all know we're going to look at some film, but before we get into that, great news. Great news. Injuries aren't looking as significant. You know, Mike Tomlin even said that he's expecting to have some guys back that weren't playing. You know, your Marcus Allens of the world and your Derek Watts. I, for one, am happy to have these guys back. You know, Marcus Allen was doing a great job on special teams up until the point he got hurt. He was doing an outstanding job. Really quick, guys, let me pause and interrupt myself for a second. I see a few of you guys have dropped off the phone line. I see 803 is still in here. That's our guy, Jason Winningham. Let's just make sure. Are you hearing me in the queue as well, Jason? Mr. Winningham, are you hearing me in the queue? Because I know Blog Talk gets crazy sometimes. So let's just take a pause, guys, and make sure that's working. Because if not, I at least want to know how we need to approach it when we get to the phone calls. So if you guys see that pop up, you know, let me know. I'm looking over here at the chat. And whoa, it's a big mosquito in my house, guys. Give me a second. For some reason in the backyard, there's a bunch of them that have been flying around. Let me see if I can kill him. It's live, guys. Y'all see what happened when things are live? Y'all can hear me in the phone queue? Where'd that mosquito go? Messing with my camera. Camera falling. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, you guys can hear me. Okay, great. Man, y'all wish y'all would have saw that mosquito. But like I said, Leonard lives in my neighborhood. For whatever reason in our back, it's being overrun with mosquitoes. I don't know why. It's just open. It's not even a field. It's just an open area in between the houses. And they're all over the place. And this is the first one that's gotten into my house. But whatever. I guess I'll see it again. He must be attracted to the LED lights here. What was I saying? Oh, the injuries. Marcus Allen was doing relatively good, man, on special teams. I do want to see Marcus Allen get an opportunity on defense. Perhaps, again, y'all know where I'm going. In the nickel. I want to limit the amount of times that we have to see Vince Williams playing against the pass in the nickel. And, you know, when we run our nickel, we have two linebackers, you know, that are basically your backers. And then, you know, you got Mike Hilton is in, and you got your, you know, your safeties as well as your other two corners. I would like to see somebody else in that role. You know, maybe let's beef it up a little bit and go with another safety. Maybe we go with Sean Davis or Marcus Allen or UG3. I just don't want to see Vince Williams because I think Vince Williams has an opportunity to get exposed again in this upcoming game against the Browns because they can pass out of different formations that look like a run and get him matched up against the tight end. It's just not going to be a good look for us. Or get him matched up against Kareem Hunt, not going to be a good look for us. So I know I'm going off on a tangent a little bit, but that made me think about it knowing that Marcus Allen will have an opportunity to come back. And, of course, Derek Watt. I definitely want to see more opportunities where we can go jumbo with a fullback and let him lead the way and, you know, see what happens from there since we're trying to establish that run game once again. Also, the other guys who we thought might have been a little more significant, you know, Deontay Johnson took a direct blow in the back. Tomlin expects him to be back. Not Mike, but Marquise Pouncey. I didn't even know about this until after the game. He went out of the game with a foot, and Tomlin is, you know, classifying that as, of course, you know what Tomlin always says, we'll let his participation be the guide, but he has a chance to play, as well as DeCastro. DeCastro, you know, seems like all of these guys will have an opportunity to play. It doesn't seem serious, so that's great. However, that boy Kevin Dotson, man, I wish I had the time to just sit here and show you guys, hours worth of film. But let me tell you something. We have a future stud in Kevin Dotson. We have a future stud, man. I mean, he pancaked Fletcher Cox. Pancaked him. And in his pass protection, and again, we talked about it Sunday on the post-game show. I talked about how you didn't really see, and y'all know the funny phrase I said, so I'm not going to repeat that phrase. But you didn't see Fletcher and Ben's face that often once my man came in the game. Earlier portions of that game, David DeCastro was getting handled, was getting his lunch taken by Fletcher Cox. And I'm not sitting here saying that Dotson is better than DeCastro. I'm just saying we got a stud in the waiting. So, okay, we'll be good with that. Outside of that, I don't think I have anything else, man. Let me just double check my notations here. I don't think I have anything else outside of that. You know, we can get right into the film. Doing it a little differently tonight, guys. I want you guys to be a little more involved. I want you guys to throw some plays at me. And if you can remember them, you know, when it happened, let's pull those up. Because, you know, like I said, I'm all inclusive here on this show. I don't want it to always just be me talking or me being the talking head. You know, I want to include you guys as much as possible. I do have a few of my own that I will show. But if there are any plays, man, that you guys can think of, be like, hey, Sim, show that one, and we'll all dissect it together. Let's see what we got here. Injuries. Yeah, that's all I was going to talk about, man. Injuries, film study, and looking ahead at the Browns. So let's get into the film, man. First up, let's make sure everything is right. Okay, here we go. So I'm getting it to where I can watch the film on my end as well as see the chat. Need you guys to give me the A-OK that you guys can see it. We'll wait a few seconds. I want to make sure it's big enough for you guys to actually see it. Y'all know why I'm not blowing it up the way we used to, because, you know, we gotta sneak around, so to speak. But I'll start this play just a little bit, and you guys let me know, you know, the visibility. Is it good? Are you guys able to see it the way we need you to see it? So I'm gonna hold for a second here, get that confirmation. While we're doing that, Gorilla Glue. Only some of you guys will know why I'm showing this glue. And first, I want to see which one of you guys know what I'm talking about. It worked. It worked. Perfect. Worked like a charm. Okay, guys. Everybody says it's good. Okay. Now, I'm waiting to see which one of you guys will know what I'm talking about with that Gorilla Glue. See how much you guys be paying attention. I'm still looking for that mosquito, man. I got a feeling he's going to be bothering me tomorrow while I'm down here working. But all right, let's get to the film, man. Let's see what we got. So this is the play. Chase Claypool, first touchdown. Let's run it in real time. Nothing, overly spectacular, but it's something I want to point out to you guys that maybe not everybody noticed. Let's put it in slow motion. Do you guys see the personnel? Yeah, y'all remember the chair. Yeah. Gorilla Glue fixed it right on up. So Gorilla Glue, if you're watching, yeah. How about a sponsor? Because I'm heavily promoting. I mean, you did such a great job with this chair. Round of applause. But look at this formation, guys. And not necessarily the formation, but look who's out there. This is a sneaky tell. Hopefully that defensive coordinators don't pick up on it. But let me show you who's out here. Okay, so you got Vance McDonald. You got Chooks. You got DeCastro. Marquise. You got Filer. You also got Little Al. And you got, I always want to say Grimble, but that's Ebron. It's just the 85 number. But look who this is. Trey Edmonds. Some of you guys are going to say, well, Sim, why is that important? Well, I'm going to show you later in this video here. Not this clip, but, later on in the show. But, nothing overly spectacular. We were able to, score on this. I like the, I do like the jet sweeps and things like that and handing off to your playmakers. I have no problem with it. Like I said earlier, guys, the only issue I have with it is I don't want Randy Fichtner to fall in love with these plays and start telegraphing them. That's it. Other than that, I have zero problem with the play. Let's move right along. So now we got to show a negative, and it didn't take long, right? Let's take a look at this here. Didn't even take long for us to get here. Hey, father-in-law Leonard, how you doing? Give me the score of the game, guys. What's going on with the game tonight, man? Look at this. I know you guys don't want to relive this. Me neither. But wait a minute. There's one thing we can point out here. Take a look at this. take a look right here. Terrell Edmonds, he's going to be held. Check it out. Oops, let me press play. Terrell Edmonds is being held right there, folks. Not that that makes that much of a difference, but maybe he slows him down enough to where, we're able to catch him here. Perhaps. So it is significant because, maybe if Terrell Edmonds is not held, we stop him at about, let's see, 35-ish, 30 maybe, right? Let's take it to this angle. And this is where we got to get on Mike Hilton, man. We got to get on Mike Hilton for this. 14-10 Tennessee, okay. Come on, Mike Hilton. You got a clear shot, buddy. I need you to make that tackle. Now, excellent footwork and move, by Miles Sanders. He's paid too. He's a professional as well. So I'm not going to act like we're supposed to make every play. But look at what happened here. The beauty of this play call for the Philadelphia Eagles, let me pause it. It was 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9 on the Pittsburgh 26. Instead of them, forcing anything downfield, they caught us in a blitz. Clearly, we were expecting a pass. We sent Cam Sutton. Now, that's key because y'all know Cam Sutton only comes out there when we're in what? Dime. So clearly, we're playing the pass, and we're going to send a little heat at Carson Wentz. Outstanding call by Doug Peterson or whoever else might call the plays over there. I believe it's Peterson. But look at what happens here. We still have an opportunity, but look, boom. Cam Sutton is out of position because he's blitzing, going to get Carson Wentz. It's going to leave. Mike Hilton, right here, one-on-one shot. And Fulgham, who we unfortunately will have to talk about later, this guy does a great job to make it appear to be a pass. He's out. He's basically looking like he's out in the pattern, right? Here comes Mike Hilton. Has a clean shot at him, but beautiful change of direction here. Miles Sanders recognized it, give him the little outside juke. Cam Sutton is not close enough. And the next thing you know, he is off to the races. Now let's take a look at Terrell Edmonds here. Let's look at it from this angle. You're going to see that he's being held. He is being held. No question. He is being held. So this may have been stopped at the 30, maybe the 25. Because if Terrell Edmonds is able to impede any of that progress, I believe he's going to get caught from behind because Devin Bush was coming. But what do you know? It was a touchdown for the Eagles. All right, moving right along. Let's see, what else? And you guys throw some plays at me, man. Let me see what else I might want to show you guys that was significant. How about this one? Chase Claypool. Let's give him some love real quick. Give him some. That ain't nothing special. That's just a slant, man. Let's look at it in slow motion. And my man is playing press coverage here. They lined up in press. But chances are they're not going to try to press a 6'4", 200-plus pound receiver. You're basically going to, get into a bell technique out of your press. However, if you look up here on this end, they do get hands on whoever that is. Who's up there? That's either Juju or I believe that's James Washington. I believe that's James Washington on that play. Let me see. Or is that Juju? Because it looks like who we got in the slot. Is that Deontay or Juju? That's Juju in the slot. So that's James Washington. But look at this, man. Once you turn your back, you're done. You cooked already. Ben sees it early. Bam. Finds him. Safety don't want no parts. He tried to come up, but nothing doing. Ole. It's a touchdown. Let's look at the end zone view really quick. That was what you call simple pitch and catch. Very simple. I did notice that kid LeBlanc was on Ebron most of the night. That was who George Kittle was torching. But this is just too easy. And again, this is the reason why you hear me scream, and I do it a lot. And like I said, my boy Kenyon brings me back to earth. But in the heat of the moment, you hear me talk about man coverage a lot. Man, right? But here are instances that shows you where man gets beat, especially right there. You're going to line up close like that. You're giving your inside position unless you're going to line up on the inside shoulder of the receiver. You're giving up inside position and you're bailing. You ain't even getting a hand on him. You know you're not pressing Chase Claypool. So we had the right call on, slant, and it worked to perfection because my man bailed. He turned this way, and he automatically gave Chase Claypool the inside. Now, had he, did his turn to this side, to the inside, maybe he's in a better position and you make it more of a tight throw. But because he did the speed turn to the opposite way, because he's bailing out, you already cooked. Simple pitch and catch. That's what they call it. Let me see. What else I want to find for you guys? There was another one here. I think it's this one. Is this the first or the second? I think it's right here. Oh, 3rd and 3. This is significant because this was a super long drive by the Eagles. But look at this. Carson Wentz able to scramble and completes on 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3. Remember, this is when they drove down the field very quickly. Well, not necessarily because it was 12 plays, I believe, or 10 plays. But look at this. Why this is a problem? Bud Dupree gets off of his man, pursues Carson Wentz, has him in his clutches, and look at that. Carson Wentz ducks under him. And there you have it. The drive continues. Carson Wentz takes a hit, which I think I heard that Carson Wentz took like 20 plus hits in this game from our pass rushers. That's crazy. But that is huge. But the reason why this is huge, this is 3rd and 3 on the Philly 45. And look at how they ended the drive. 1st and 1 from the 1. And they score a touchdown. So a lot of times, guys, when we watch the game in real time, you don't really necessarily know what's going on. But when you go back and you recount, I remember saying it after the game. I said, yeah, Bud Dupree missed the sack on 3rd down, but I forgot how significant it was. Here they are, they scored, and now look at it. It's now 14-14 after that extra point, right? Let me find something else cool to talk about, man. We might even just go ahead and get into the 3rd quarter. I don't really think there's much more for us to do here. We had the punt there. And in a minute, guys, I'm only going to show a few more, but in a minute, I'll have you guys give me some plays that y'all want to see. Let's get to the 2nd quarter. I want to show you guys that Clay McLeod play. Absolutely. There's something beautiful to see there. Boy, let me tell you. Just got to find it. Where is it? Where's that play at, man? I know it was on 3rd down. All right, hold on, guys. Let me just get to the 3rd quarter. Makes it easier to sort the plays like that because sometimes they're jumbled up. It's hard to see everything. Is it here? Where's that play? I can't find it. Wasn't it in the 3rd quarter? I'm almost certain it was in the 3rd quarter. It might have been in the 2nd, but I thought it was in the 3rd. Let's go back to the 2nd quarter. Maybe I'm off. Let's go back to the 2nd quarter. I don't know why I can't find it, guys. I found it earlier. I don't know why I don't see it now. Y'all help me out, man. What quarter was that play with McLeod? The end around. Oh, I'm gonna show some. Yeah, I'm definitely showing some film against Fulgham. We're gonna go right to the fourth quarter. Where is it? Somebody help me out, man. I cannot find that play. Oh no, I know how to find it. Give me a second. Shout out to C. Antoine Hill, man, for the donation there. Third. Yeah, me too. I thought it was in the third, but we're gonna find it. We're gonna find it. Here it is. Found it. Man, listen, never mind. Y'all talk about what y'all want to talk about, but I don't. I'm so sick of the MJ, LeBron talking all this, man. Just why? What difference does it make? Different eras, man. You know, listen, and let me say this really quick. I'm gonna rewind this play and then we'll break it down. I'll say these 2 cents. LeBron, in my opinion, is a great player. I'm never gonna put him higher than Jordan, but just because of the way Jordan did it. Period. Undefeated in the finals. That ends it all. I don't care what the era was, and I'm an eras guy. You know, I try to put people in their proper era. But that's it. So I try not to get into these discussions, but it's crazy, man. I swear, every time I stream or any Twitter conversation I'm in, this conversation pops up. I don't know why. I don't know why, man. Either people hate on LeBron or I don't know. But that's all I'm gonna say. They both great. Let's leave it at that. They don't play the same way. Like, I can't compare them 2 dudes. 2 totally different players. But you gotta give LeBron his credit and his props. But anyway, let's go back here, man, and one more time. In real time here, look at this. Look at it in slow-mo. That boy, Ray fast, boy. Let's look at it in slow motion, man. Ray almost slipped right here. Look. Puts his hand down. But when he hit that corner, like I said, a lot of people try to get to the outside. Ray said, nah, I'm fast. I'm going right through these dudes, and I'm going to outrun everybody. And look at this. Here's the crazy thing. I think Ray might score had he not looked back to give the stiff arm to this guy, even though, you know, the dude had a little bit of an angle. I think if he changed his angle, just went to the right a little bit, he might be to the house. But the beauty of this play, I want you to look at this. I have criticized, and let me pause it. I have criticized Randy Fichtner for a long time. I have said, I want to see some creativity. Why don't we borrow some of what the Niners do and how they run the ball out of certain formations and they pass out the same formation? Just let's get some trickery going on the offensive line. I want you guys to pay attention to this. Look at this. Boom. Remember what I said in the pregame show. Now, I'm not patting myself on the back, but I tell you, when you watch film and really pay attention to it, it's always rewarding to see the things that you talked about play out. Remember that I said how aggressive the front 7 of the Eagles are? And I showed you that play, how, you know, play action worked for the Niners, and how everybody bit, same way our linebackers do. We usually bite heavy on play action. Look at how, look at this. We got action going to the left, right? Let's back it up a little bit. You got McDonald and Juju all crashing inside, as well as you got Ebron doing the down block. You got Dotson pulling. Let me get back to the spot. Dotson's pulling. So it clearly looks like all of the action is flowing left. Meanwhile, check out your boy, McDonald. Ben does a great job with the play fake, but watch McDonald. Pivots. Goes back. Oh, boy. Look, there ain't nobody here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 Eagles right now. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Eagles on one side of the field, and we got daylight over here. Vance McDonald, Marquise Pouncey, Okorafor, Ebron. They all looking for somebody to block. And look, even Big Al, I'm going to call him Big Al on this play, is out here. Convoy. But the beauty of that play design, getting everything flowing to the left, because you remember, guys, how I was so geeked over the play. This was last season. The play action pass that the Niners ran to George Kittle, the entire team went left, and Kittle was the only one that went right. Do y'all remember that play, you football fans? And they threw it deep to Kittle. Beautiful. This is the type of stuff I'm talking about. Let's look at it again. One more time, and then we're going to go take a look at Fulgham. Fulgham. What's his name, man? Fulgham or Fulgham? And I know I'm not cursing there, guys. I'm really trying to pronounce his name. Fulgham? Is it Fulgham or Fulgham? I don't know. But again, let's look at this play design. Beautiful. 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 Round of applause to Randy Fichtner. Have mercy. Y'all still talking about LeBron. Man, y'all need to cut it out. Y'all don't get Kenya started. Kenya will definitely nip things in the bud. I'm just saying, man. To me, it is what it is. I don't know. It don't matter. It don't matter personally. I feel like it just. I mean, I know things are meant to be debated, but it's like it don't matter. It don't matter. You know, I don't think we could take away what LeBron has done, and we definitely can't take Michael Jordan, in my opinion, out of that top spot. So let's get that clear. Jordan is the guy. 6 for 6, no game 7, period. You ain't beating that. I don't care. And listen, I'm a LeBron fan, but I don't care if LeBron get 8 rings. He still will not ever be above, in my opinion, Jordan, because of the way Jordan did it. He's undefeated. But anyway, let's get back. Great offensive play call, man. So let's go to the fourth quarter when that boy start cooking. He might even start cooking a little earlier than that. Let's see. Let's look at the Eagles plays here. We're going to find them. I'm going to find every play I can find in him. Here's one. 3rd and 12. That's your boy, your grits. If you Steelers fans, let's see what happens here. All right. I picked the right play, and I didn't even know this was the one, but this is one I want to talk about. All right. Perfect example right here where, again, you hear me scream about man coverage all the time. Man coverage doesn't always work either, right? My preference is I'm going to put my men against yours, and if you beat us in man, we're going to shake your hand, pat you in the butt, and say, good play, man, let's go get them on the next play. What I don't like about our team is not that zone can't work, because let me tell you something. If pressure gets home, zone or man can work, right? Zone gives you a little extra time if pressure gets there because the quarterback, you know, everybody's watching the quarterback. But the reason why I don't like zone so much for us is because it doesn't seem to work that often. We did see some instances in this game where we went man on 3rd down, and I'm happy about that because we have been more successful, especially if you go back to last season. We were more successful on 3rd down when we played man because we had the coverage guys out there. How many plays you guys remember seeing Cam Sutton knocking a ball down, right? Here's a prime example where you just found the right matchup and we got beat. All right, let's look at it. This is cover 2 man. We'll put it in slow motion. For those that don't really know what that is, we can't assume everybody knows football and all of that. I'm going to rewind it a little further so you can see what's happening here. Corner alignment will let you know that they're playing man coverage. Up tight, less than 5 yards here, even though this is more of a press look. It lets you know clearly this is man. You got 2 deep safeties. What could happen here is you could turn this into a cover 1 situation where one of the safeties will come down and take the first man, that comes across, or the first man out the backfield in some cases. Or you could be doing cover 1 robber. That would mean that, again, one of the safeties would drop. Typically it's the strong safety. He will drop and he will rob the situation. I've seen free safeties do it too who are more ball skill guys. It just depends on, who you want to run it. I've seen it run both ways. But that guy would come down here and he would rob anything lurking down here. He's looking for quick slants. He's looking for drags, et cetera, et cetera. You leave one safety on an island. The fact that you don't see neither one of these guys rotate, they both drop back, it's cover 2 man, right? 2 deep safeties that's going to play the best they can, this area and that area. Everyone else is playing man underneath. Now look at what happens here. Now, safeties are going to be compromised in this situation. Not so much Terrell Edmonds, because you got to read. It's a quick thing, guys, but when you're playing this, the safeties have to read where their threats are. Okay? Their job is to give coverage to the deep inside and also help carry anything deep. Right here, Terrell Edmonds needs to just basically help account for this guy. He's going to get anything over the top. He's going to catch him if he runs a post right at him or skinny post. Boom, he's there. Here's the other thing. On this side, you put this safety in a very compromising position because now he has to split the difference and decide, where do I have to lend help, right? So you have to make a conscious decision, who's my biggest threat? Here's where it gets tricky. Let's pause for a moment. And again, guys, we might not even get to a lot of calls tonight. Y'all know how Tuesdays go, so forgive me if we don't get to them. We already 37 minutes in. Let's talk about a side real quick. There's an aside out there that people are saying that Minkah Fitzpatrick is not playing as well. I want to take a closer look at that. Maybe when we do the pregame show against, the Browns this upcoming Friday or Saturday, maybe I'll show some specific film just on Minkah. But I need to take a look and see if it's Minkah's play or is it the way he's being put in certain positions where he has to make a decision. Is he not being thrown at? There's a lot of different factors. But even Ryan Clark has said as much. We haven't heard his name so much. You can't really expect him to be what he was last year. You automatically would assume that plays are going away from him. He's not going to have that dynamic of a season back to back. But it does lend the question. Let's watch Minkah and see how he has been playing this year. Let's focus on him. I promise you I'm going to do that, and I'm going to come back with a report. Now, on this play, it's the third quarter. Let me see at what point in the third. Let me see if I can get the play back up. Let's see. At what point in the third is this? Because this is going to help make my point. Let's see. 3rd and 12. 9 minutes and 5 seconds. At this point of the game, this kid had already been going to work. So, you got to make the conscious decision. If you're Minkah, who's your threat? You think it's more of a threat to come down here? Or should you give some help to the guy that they've been going to most of the game? Remember, this is the third quarter. By this time, he probably already got 9 catches, I'm assuming. Right? Somewhere around that. Let's take a look at what happens. Minkah's trying to split the difference, and he's still reading the quarterback because, again, these guys are basically playing zone on the back. You're reading the quarterback's eyes. This might be a touchdown here if Carson went this way because Joe Hayden can't run the same, folks. But look at what happens. Perfect throw to the taller man. Mike Hilton is compromised in height. Outstanding throw. And it's gonna happen like that sometime. But let's take a look at it off the line really quick. Mike Hilton is going to get on his horse and runs and does a pretty decent job, I might add. Look at Cam Sutton. Cam Sutton doing his job on the back. Now, me personally, listen, again, I'm not the coach. Let's pause it. But the adjustment that I was screaming for while I started seeing this guy eat, I was like, yo, when we're in the dime, why don't we switch that matchup? Why don't we let Cam Sutton follow him? So that way they can't sneak him inside and get Hilton on him. Let's let these guys swap in terms of their responsibility, because Sutton is a better cover guy. Now, Sutton is not much taller, little taller maybe, but still, he's more of the natural cover guy. So maybe he has a little more tricks up his sleeve. I don't know. But again, man, this is a perfect throw. Carson Wentz was doing this repeatedly to this kid, especially in the fourth. Look at the throw. I mean, you can't play better coverage than that. That's just a heck of a throw. So I say all that to say this. Again, I'm a component of playing man coverage when it's third and long. Third and manageable, I get it. You don't want to turn your back on the quarterback. I get it. There's open up lanes. Yes, but I feel like 3rd and 10 or more, I'm going to take my chances. We're going to strap our boots. We're going to plaster the receivers, and our front need to get home. And if they beat us with a good throw like this, good job, sir. Pat on the butt. Great play. Let's line up and do it again. I can live with that. What I hate seeing repeatedly is when we get killed in zone and nobody's nowhere near the ball. That's my point. So maybe it's the players that ain't executing their zone areas right. I don't know which one it is. It's just is infuriating to see that so often. I'd rather see this happen. So there you go. But all right, man, let's move further along, man. Let's get some more of this kid's plays, man, and then we'll get back to it. We already at 42 minutes, man. I told y'all, man. But listen, y'all the ones who rooted for this. Y'all said y'all prefer to see more film. I actually got some feedback about this, man, and shout outs to I can't remember the name now. If you're still listening, you know he prefers that I don't show film on Tuesday because he's unable to watch it like some of you guys, and he'd rather me do more of an analysis role. And I appreciated the feedback, but like I said, the format is the format. I think that's what makes me different, and I think you guys really appreciate film. So I want to accommodate for everybody, but unfortunately you can't. Sometimes it is what it is. So it's not to exclude anybody, but But anyway, man, let's find some more passes to the old boy. Let me see. Let's get back to the third quarter. Let's go after that play. Let's see that they go back to him on that drive. I don't remember right off the top. Next play went to Bush. Next play after that went to Miles Sanders for 11 yards. Next play went to, there was a run play, and then there was a touchdown thrown to Ward. Let's take a look at the touchdown really quick. Let's see what happened here. Oh, yeah, how could I forget? Joe Hayden, man. Joe Hayden got cooked like grits, and then the boy did the AB dance on us. Let's see. It ain't gonna show me what I want from this angle. We got to go back to the, this view. This is just simple. Again, this was the time when man coverage came back to bite us. And this is honestly where man coverage can hurt you. This kind of created a pick situation, but a lot of times it's tough to run man, in tight quarters because you can get picked. I've seen some teams that the players know to pass off even the man coverage. I've seen some teams defend pick routes very well. This wasn't necessarily a pick route, but it created it automatically because look at Joe Hayden is protecting that inside. So this is a situation where man has hurt you. Joe is giving him too much. You letting him run to the end zone already. And this is my point. Plaster. I know you're trying to read where he's going, but we gotta First of all, here's my argument. Again, maybe we don't have the guys that are capable of doing this. They are on, what, the 8-yard line. You got 5 before it's a penalty. If we gonna line up like this, get your hand on him. And see, this might not even be, the player's fault. I'm sure this is the play call. Get your hands on him. Disrupt it. It doesn't mean it works, folks. I'm just saying my philosophy. I'd rather just see me get beat, but I tried all I could try. I'm getting in your face. You're going to fight to get off this line. We're going to disrupt your timing. And if you beat me, you beat me. But look at what happens when you just go backwards. You are protecting the inside. And I know why. Because it's straight up man. You ain't really funneling him to the safety here. So you're going to protect the inside. But, Joe Hayden just don't have that closing ability. And again, Carson Wentz makes a heck of a throw. Got to give him his credit. Let's fast forward it. Almost worked. Pressure almost got home. We send Vinny on a blitz. Right? Highsmith comes through. Look at it. Almost gets there. But, Carson Wentz fading away makes a great throw. And look at all that space and opportunity for a touchdown. Have mercy, mercy, mercy. All right, let's get back to... Let's go to the fourth quarter, man. Let's go check out old boy. And then I don't think I'm going to have a lot of time for calls, guys. It just is what it is sometimes on Tuesdays. But, like I said, you guys prefer it. So let's find some more to this kid. Okay, 13. Number 13 for 13 yards. Let's see what happens here. Philadelphia Eagles are driving. Let's see where is he at now. Again, in the slot. Look at this. Simple pitch and catch. Fam, we got to be a little more aggressive. Now, that was a great catch. Great catch by him. And I think, he draws Steven Nelson on this one, I think. Let's see. Yeah. I think that's Hilton again. That's Mike Hilton. So again, it's now the fourth quarter. Coaches, y'all still got Mike Hilton lined up on this guy. This time we're in the nickel. So you have no choice but to get Hilton on him because there's Vince Williams. Again, guys, why I said I like to get another cover man in nickel. I would love to get another cover man out here who's tackle capable as well in case there's a run. But there it is, man. There it is. Hilton again. Y'all saw it. Let me find another one. I'm gonna find a couple more, man, and then we'll touchdown to this guy. Now this is the one I talked about after the game, I believe, and I got on Minka for this one. Minka, what you doing, man? What are you doing? And I love Minka Fitzpatrick, but guys, again, there's certain things that you have to have, like situational awareness. How do you lose him? Look, your only job is to play zone here. He's only watching the quarterback. He's not looking at anything else. Nothing else. You're not feeling letting your eyes feel the field to see where everybody's at. You just watching the quarterback. So what is going on here? How does he get open? What are you doing? Like, this is why I don't like our team when they play zone. Again, it might be the players. Okay? Let's look at it from this angle. Now, they went into a little bunt situation there, so I know that throws things off. But look, watch Minka. Look at Minka. Minka is only watching the quarterback. Minka. Listen. I play strong safety. Minka plays free safety. Minka's clearly a better football player than I was. Okay? I have no room to criticize him. All I'm saying, though, is for any player, you're on the 4-yard line. The 4. What I mean by that, you know you can't allow nobody to get behind you or right beside you. It's okay to watch the quarterback's eyes, but you're not playing center field to where you'll be able to break on the ball and get there, right? You had a little more room when you picked off homeboy last year. Again, I was at that game, and you read that perfectly, but also on that play, if you remember, he peeked and he saw where the tight end was coming by him. Then he looked back at the quarterback, jumped it. Touchdown. 96 yards the other way. This time, gotta get on one of the guys that I love. He's only watching the quarterback. You have no idea who he's looking for as his target. I mean, all it takes is boom, boom. Oh, there's somebody here. Let me get back to the quarterback, and if I see him look that way, I'm gonna break. And if you make the wrong decision, you make the wrong decision. But you know what he did right here, folks? Madden players? He played like a Madden safety. I'm going to wait till the ball is thrown. Oh, I'm supposed to do something. Come on, Minka. Come on, Minka. You got to do better than that, man. You got to do better than that. Oh, my camera fell again, guys. There we go. We back. Come on, Minka. You got to do better than that, man. Got to do better than that. All right, man. Let me take this off, guys. Let me see. Do we got any calls in the queue, man? If we do, guys. Oh, only 2. So I'm going to ask you guys. Y'all know the routine, man. Be quick, and we'll hear what you guys have to say, and then we'll come back and we'll give some light commentary on the Cleveland Browns. Then we'll get out of here. We're at 52 minutes right now. So first up, area code 803. What you got for us?
All right, good evening. I thank you so much for bringing film session, and I'm learning so much more with coverages this year because of your film session. So that helps out a lot. I was very disappointed last week to come out here after a week off and defensively the same thing. It's looking a little worse. Offensively this game, I hope we can run the ball and run a little 2 minutes. We need to kind of wear down that Cleveland Brown front. And other than that, I'm hoping we have a good game. This is a team that's coming in the Heinz Field ready for us this year. Y'all, everybody have a good night.
Appreciate you, 803, man. Great timing on that call, and I always love your insight. You always say something that makes me say, yes, I definitely agree with that. And what you said tonight, yeah, I'd like to see some more of that 2 minutes, some more up-tempo, man. We now that we got a little mix going, we need to start incorporating everything in our bag. Let's get a little no-huddle going out there and see what we can do. Next up, area code 651. What you got for us?
What's up, Sim, man?
Hey, what's going on?
No, make it quick. Nothing but I wanted to say Ben is doing exactly what we talked about earlier in the season. He's being patient. He's just making the plays as they're letting the players work for him. And I think this game is when he's probably going to try to let it all hang out, depending on how it goes, because it's the Browns. It's a division rival. He's probably going to try to do too much. So hopefully, he hangs in that pocket and, does what he needs to do. I wanted the Steelers to lose sleep about Bud Dupree. Like, man, can we pawn something to keep this guy? Like, what can we do? Because he's balling.
Yeah.
And then on the last thing, we were talking about playing down to our opponent. I don't think it's that, but as long as I've been watching the Steelers, they've always been an emotional franchise. That team plays off emotion, and every game is going to be that. We used to have those 6-10 games where they scored it and tell a story. I mean, they beat teams up. So I just think we're just an emotional franchise, so it's always going to be that. So that's it, man. Thanks.
Man, appreciate the call, man. I'll be really, really quick with my response because I want to get the last call, which is 434. Yeah, I do want Bud Dupree back now. I can't even front. I know that might make some people cringe, but I think Bud is starting to come into his own where he's contributing both pass rush and against the run. He's really good against the run. But now he's being a consistent pass rusher. He did end up getting a sack. Even though he missed that sack early, he's there. So I agree with that. And, yeah, we got to be ready for them Browns. And I'm going to talk about them slightly in this show. But, I'll get to them as well on the pregame. Appreciate the call, man. Next up, final call. Keep it quick for me. Area code 434. What you got for us?
What's going on, Sam? How you doing tonight?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. My question is, what you think about our third down defense? And do you think teams are picking up on Mike Hilton blitzing a lot? That's all I have to say tonight.
Man, appreciate the call. And you talking about quick. You can't do it no better than that. All right, guys, that's going to do it for the calls, man. But we'll be back. Y'all know we'll be back on the post-game show, and I'll get you guys in then for whoever missed the call. But, yes, you know what? And I'm going to, lead your question into the last and final topic, 434. We need to get back or at least invest in mixing some coverages. Kenyon and I have talked about that. We've talked about it on previous weeks where we did a decent job of it. Think about all the way back to when we beat the Patriots, right, at home, and how we, disguised coverage and Joe Hayden was able to get the pick on Brady. We got to get back to that because we do get a little too basic in these situations, particularly on 3rd and long. Sometimes you should play zone. Sometimes you should play man. I know there's no right or wrong answer, but let's mix some things up. Let's run some trap coverages. In one of the games that we played this year, I can't remember which one, but we watched the film here, and I showed you where we ran some palms. Cover 4 palms, like stuff like that, where you're reading the number 2. The corner is they playing 2-1, and and the safety in the corner playing that game. Things like that. That will help. That will definitely help in man situations when Fulgham, how do you say that kid's name? I know I'm saying it wrong. I'm almost cussing when I say it. Fulgham. You saw one, I think it was in the second quarter, where they ran that corner route, and we left it wide open. I believe in that particular coverage, we were in cover 2, because the corner route can beat that if, the corner doesn't sink far enough. And it's like things like that. Palms might help that. Trap coverage might help it. If you play that trap game with the corner, we just need to mix things up. Mix things up. Do some cover 6, where you got 2 and 4 both out there. On one side is 2, and we just need to, whatever you're going to do, Keith Butler, as far as man or zone, I just want to see some differences. I want to see more disguising. I want to see rotations, maybe even some invert, because I think we have the talent out there now that can do it. Utilize Minka a little more. And this could have been the game where Philly won't go in deep. They ain't really have their deep threat. This could have been the game where you got Minka down lurking in the box, where he's playing that underneath, just being the robber down there. We ain't see that the whole game. So I don't really understand what be happening, man. I don't know if it's Butler or Tomlin. We're going to give everybody some blame here. Y'all don't do a great job with always making adjustments during the game. It's very few times that we come on this show and we say, man, those are some great adjustments that they made. They don't seem to do it. Or even if we do it, we always start off regular. We don't ever just come out with the new plan. We're going to just start off with the same old sandwich. And then if that don't taste good, then we'll add cheese to it in the second quarter or the second half. Usually the second half. Usually the fourth quarter. When we finally put the cheese on the sandwich, when we could have ate the daggone sandwich right out the gate. You know what I mean? It could have been on to dessert by now. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. For as much as I love the team, as much as I support the coaching staff, you got to get on them when it's time to get on them. So, really quick, man, I'm at 59 minutes, so I'm going to maybe extend 5 more. I'll save the bulk of it for the pregame show. But listen, with the Browns, man, it's almost similar game plan. They have a mobile quarterback, and Baker, not only is he mobile, but Baker can do a lot of things on the move. Bootleg action, roll out. We have to be very careful with that. Let me tell you something. These ain't the same Browns, man, and they haven't been the same Browns on paper for about 3 years now. It looks like it's coming into fruition as far as how they are capable of playing. they have a dominant pass rush in that one guy, Myles Garrett, and y'all know the story behind him. I'm not going to get into all of that. Whatever happened, happened. Regardless of all of that, he is a dominant pass rusher, and we need to be worried about that. Particularly Little Al. Needs to be worried about that. I'm sure they're going to flip him on the other side, and we're going to see him go up against a guy like Chooks. Right? That's number one. They got talent on that team on both sides of the ball, and not let alone Beckham, Landry, Hunt. Who's the other kid? They still got Higgins, I think. Hooper, that they acquired from the Falcons. They have weapons, and they're winning. Think about that. Here's the danger in that. The Steelers have been the big bad bully for years with them in the modern era. I'm sure they coming in like, ain't no more of that. What y'all want? You know what I'm saying? They felt themselves a little bit last year when they beat us with Mason Rudolph. But now they coming into this thing and they got an opportunity to possibly be first in the AFC North. They have a possibility to do that if, depending on what happens with the Ravens. So this is a big matchup, man. But we'll talk a little bit more about what the keys to victory, come on the pregame show. But again, it's very, very simple, man. If we just want to do the basics, we have to limit Baker Mayfield being able to extend plays and being on the move. And we cannot overplay play action because they can run the football as well. Whoever that Johnson kid is they have. Y'all saw what he did a couple weeks ago. You still got Kareem Hunt. No Nick Chubb, I don't believe, in this game, but still, we better be ready, man. That's all I'm going to say. Let me get to a couple of the comments, man, and then I swear I got to get out of here, man. I'm 2 minutes over right now. Certified Sports says, you say that like the Steelers are going to lay down. Who are you talking about? Are we talking about the same Steelers? Nobody's saying anything like the Steelers are laying down, but one thing that we can't deny, we are 4-0, right? But look at how we performed in these 4-0 games. Look at how we performed against the Broncos. Look at how we just performed against the Eagles. We had to score 38 points. Their offense scored 29 points. So it ain't about me thinking that we're going to lay down. It's me telling the truth about our Steelers. We don't look great yet. We don't look great. Denver pushed us to the limit. Driscoll was going down the field. This is what I'm trying to say. There's been at least 3 quarterbacks. At least 3, if I'm remembering correctly. Now, Watson didn't do too crazy, but at least 2 quarterbacks that you wouldn't expect. Well, Wentz has the talent, but at least 2 guys have passed the ball relatively easy against us. That's what I'm saying. Don't get gassed just because we Steelers fans. Let's look at the truth. Trodinator says, I know this has nothing to do with the week 6, but do you think it would be cool to have all 3 Watt brothers together? That's something I could think about after the season, I guess. I mean, to be honest, let's be all the way honest. Does JJ Watt come in and start? Whose spot he taking? And JJ, the Texans run a 4-3, right? JJ is more of an end than he is a tackle, right? He ain't getting Cam off the field. He ain't getting Tuitt off the field. Now, if he's going to be a rotational piece, great. JJ ain't what he was. But it would be cool to have them all. But, I don't think J.J. Watt makes the team so much better at this point of his career because I don't think he gets the 2 starters off the field. Sean Epperson says, Browns also lost to the Steelers with 3rd-string quarterback. We have been this time. It will be done. Listen, guys, I'm not saying that we can't win. But we have to not keep our heads in the clouds. We have not played great football. Cleveland has the matchups that they could create the same way the Eagles did. They have matchups that they could create. What are we going to do if they slide Landry inside? Or decide to put Beckham inside and we ain't traveling nobody? And the reason why I have Steven Nelson as my thumbnail, I wanted to finish with that. He going to have to show up in this game too. Because remember the last time, not the second game, but Odell got him on one of them plays when we were in Cleveland. So come on, man, y'all don't get the rose-colored glasses, man. Captain Spartan says, this game honestly scares me because of that offense, and Garrett ain't no joke. I'm telling you, man, listen, these are not the same Browns. We have, just like my man right here said, Steeler Card said, we have to play better in the secondary. The secondary is scaring me right now a little bit. I usually wait until about week 6, right? Which means, because we had to skip a game, I have 2 more games to really evaluate this team. This is going to give me a great chance to do it. These next 2 weeks are going to let me know what type of team we got. Because these next 3 weeks, we humping. But the next 2 games going to let me know exactly what type of football team we have. We shall see. We shall see. That's all I got. But I hope you guys, they said Le'Veon just got released. Woo! Wait a minute. Did they release him? Which means they couldn't trade him. Which means he's a free agent. I'm not even going to get into that tonight. Maybe we'll talk about that later in the week, because maybe by the time the pregame show comes, something has happened with Le'Veon Bell, regardless of where he goes, but I'm not going to really get into that tonight. I will just say this. It would be interesting if Le'Veon Bell wouldn't mind finishing this season on a smaller contract, being that he's getting his guaranteed money from the Jets. And he just wants to continue playing. That would be interesting. Would be interesting if some kind of way he found his way back to Pittsburgh on the cheap this year, and we'll discuss whatever else is going to happen later, since now you're a free agent with all that guaranteed money. Would be interesting. That would be interesting. But all right. Hello, Deb. I didn't know you was in here. Hey, Debbie. How you doing, Miss Debbie? But yeah, let me get back to closing out the show, guys. If you haven't already, make sure you do this. Subscribe. Cut on your notifications. Hit that like button. That's the least you can do for me. Other than that, if you care to donate outside of YouTube, some guys, some of you did that here tonight on YouTube. But if you prefer to do it outside of YouTube, there's Cash App, there's PayPal available. Thank you in advance, and thank you for those who have already done that. Outside of that, I'm going to watch some more of this game here tonight since I haven't seen any of it. I don't know why I said watch some more, but I'm going to see who finishes and wins this game tonight. Watch some film, some more film from the Browns' last game, and see what what their go-to is and what we're really going to have to look out for. And I'll definitely be talking to you guys then. But outside of that, hope everybody stays safe. Have a great week. God bless. Good night. And thank you for tuning in to Terrible Towel Tuesday.